with Cameron.
Oh, sorry.
You guys have you and Zach Goodson and Terrell Franklin, and there's just a lot of Abilene guys on the defense that we remember from 3 or 4 years ago making big plays in high school to now make big plays for y'all. What is that group of guys like?
Man, we got a special group on the defensive side of the ball. Just all that experience. We've all been, me, Goody, and Terrell, we've all been up for a while in the varsity, playing for a while in significant situations, and we have that experience to know when it is our time to step up and make a play, and also when it is our time to step back and cheer on our teammates or anything like that. It's just a great environment to be a part of. Those guys, just knowing them for a long time, and excited to get to play with them again one more time.
Matt, why? Coach talked about the little things, the things that no one sees. What are some of those, I guess, little things that will take you guys the next step, like you mentioned?
I mean, they're called little things because they're abundant, and you could talk about them forever. But mainly, accountability within the team and your teammates, and disciplining yourself. Our DNA is toughness, discipline, and effort, and so holding yourself to the standard, and just making sure you're doing everything to the best of your ability and focusing on those little things.
Have you already seen the effects of how experienced everyone is? Everyone's been here for a long time?
Yeah, the feeling is kind of just, there is no fluff behind, coming into fall camp this year. We're just here, and we're ready to go. That's pretty much it.
How big is that for you guys to maybe feel like you are maybe a few steps ahead of where you normally would be coming into a fall camp after playing, a 5-game spring season, that, maybe instead of kind of a stop and then a restart, that you're kind of just, it's an ebb and flow, and that you're kind of just speeding back up again rather than coming to a full stop and restarting?
Yeah, we never really stopped. We went straight into off season, and then we've had, 100 guys here during the summer working out for 3 months. And then today we just put in our first install, which was double what it usually is in a fall camp. So there was no stop and restart like you were saying.
Cam, this group, you guys have had so much success, but just under where I know you guys want to be. Just how big is it that maybe, with a lot of those things, that this can be that year? What do you guys have to do to kind of maybe take that next step?
I just think that we have to have ultimate focus on the little things. I think a lot of it on the defensive side of the ball is discipline. We have to be extremely disciplined and know what we're supposed to do and when we're supposed to do it. I feel like if you look back at those big games, on the defensive side of the ball at least, there's 2 or 3 plays that I feel like decide the game. And it's not necessarily that we were just beat on those plays. You can go back and look, and it's somebody didn't do their job on one play. And it's one out of 11 players didn't do their job on one of those plays, or 2 out of 11 players didn't do their job. So I just feel like we have to have an ultimate focus on every single snap that everybody's going to do their job. And you're not trying to make the Superman play or do somebody else's job. You just got to focus on what you need to do in that moment.
How nice is it to have so many guys back? It's so unusual. We're in a weird place in the world right now and time. And this can be all for any 3 of you. Is it exciting? A little nerve-wracking because so much is expected? What's the feeling?
I think the sentiment in our locker room is that pressure is a privilege. So we're excited to be here, and when you think about kind of where we are and what our expectations are, there's a lot of Division III programs that don't have that kind of vision or don't have those kinds of expectations. So, we understand that we've fallen short in the past, but also not a lot of guys have gotten to play at that caliber, in those caliber of games. So we're excited, and I think everyone kind of understands what the goal is. And like Matt said, there's no fluff. It's very just brutally honest of what we need to do in order to accomplish everyone's goal and expectation.
And the right y'all have said, we've just gone right to work. This is as big a first day as y'all have ever had as far as an install is concerned. Is that kind of nice for you guys that, okay, coach trusts us and and we've got to get to work now?
For sure.
Anybody.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's a great feeling to have, that the coaches come into camp knowing and trusting us to remember what we did in the spring. I mean, it wasn't that long ago, but just being able to come into camp and be 3-4 steps of where you would normally be, ahead of where you would normally be, is just such a nice feeling that we can go out in day one and do things that we would not normally do till day 3 of practice. And that's a long time in football at the beginning of the season. You just want to get that momentum and start building it from the very first day. So I feel like that's what we're trying to do, is just get that player-led momentum and just build on it every single day till we can't anymore. I mean, hopefully there's no ceiling. We don't see a ceiling for ourselves, so we're just trying to make it what we can.
And we've really had, maybe lost 1 or 2 pieces, but we've had the same core group of guys since the spring when we had to go home for COVID. All those guys were back the fall, the spring, all the way till now. It's really been 2 years of the same group of older guys.
Okay. Cool. That got me.
Jimmy, have you broken the school record yet?
I have not broken the school record yet.
What's that gonna be like, you think, when you can put your name in there?
I mean, it's going to be really cool. It's going to mean a lot. It's a very small piece of, what you want to accomplish. I don't know how many people want a Division III record or points record holder tab, on their resume. But, it is going to mean a lot. It's going to mean that, I put a lot of work in, and that, I got something in return, so that will be cool. But I would also trade that for a very large, shiny national championship ring with no qualms at all. So.
Thank y'all.